in the society. We are living among such immoralities. When when a child goes to fire, we tell him that we just don't tell him that don't go to the fire, but we tell him also that it will burn you. So similarly, we need to educate ourselves regarding immorality.
Thank you, Mr. Gabriel Fernandez, sir. Next, I would like to request Mrs. Meenaz Bhanu to take over the podium. She is a member of Jamaat-e-Islami Hind. She is also a member of National Executive Committee, member of Women's Wing, Secretary of Board of Innovative Education, Goa Unit, and in charge of Savardem Unit.
Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Esteemed dignitaries on the dais, my dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace, mercy and blessings be upon all of you. Today we are gathered here to discuss on an important topic, morality, which is considered as a foundation for a society, for a family, for a nation to be healthy, peaceful and prosperous. When we look at modern world, like Sister Kimberly said, morality is the concept of right or wrong, and when somebody gives the knife in our hand or cigarette in our hand, we have the freedom to choose. But the pathetic condition of today's world is this image of right or wrong has become blurred. Our younger generation is confused whether consider LGBTQ as right or wrong, whether consider live-in relationship as Sir Gabriel Fernandez have put forward clearly regarding the cases of abortions and live-in relationship or LGBTQ, everything. So these things are these days legalized. So the younger generation has a blurred image of right or wrong. And also the definition of morality has been put forward by all the speakers. Morality is a system of values, principles, or rules that judges intentions or behavior as right or wrong. But if we peek into ourselves, we see that there is an inherent nature. It is inherent in our psychology, as Sister Kimberly said. It is inherent within us, the concept of right or wrong. There is a quality that hints every time whenever we do something wrong or do something right, our inherent nature pricks us that you are doing right or that you are doing right. When we are doing right thing, we are content with that, and we are doing the wrong thing. Maybe even if we are portraying or defending ourselves with that wrong, but our inherent nature hints us that you are doing a wrong thing. So, in Quran, Allah Almighty says, in man there is a reproaching self-conscious which reproaches him when he commits evil. That is called as inherent nature. So can it be considered as freedom when we put ourselves after every desire that comes from within? Like in desires, we can see that there are good desires and there are bad desires. We cannot run after every desire. And through such thoughts, when we run after bad desires, we push ourselves to the enslavement of, it's called as mental slavery. So we are shackling ourselves with addiction, with mental stress, or with so many issues like family conflicts, or we are damaging the social structure. Vices, nowadays we can see that vices like drugs, alcohol, pornography, LGBTQ, live-in relationship, all these have become very common, and even in India such things have been legalized, and result is younger generation is confused. They are thinking if we do not follow these things, then we will be considered as backward, or we will be called as champu or something like that. So true freedom can be achieved only when we keep our actions within the moral boundaries. Such boundaries are essential to keep the society stable or balanced or harmonious. And we can enjoy freedom, true freedom, when we enjoy morality. So scope of morality is vast. We cannot say that it's my right, my life, or my choice. We cannot say that because we are not just an individual when we live in the society. Our actions, it is associated with so many of people who live around us. It affects our surrounding, it affects our family, it affects the entire social structure. So we cannot say that it's my life, my choice, because we are not an individual when we live among the society or when we live among the people. So let us consider about drugs and alcohol. And it is very common in Goa. And we can say that Goa is the hub of alcohol or drugs. United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, its report says in India, 35 million people consume drugs regularly. Not about alcohol, but the report speaks about drugs consumption. About 35 million people, it's nearly 3.5 crore of people consume drugs regularly. And in Times of India, one of the reports stated that in Goa, the drug traders, among the drug traders, 28% people are Goan locals. And I also heard one of the ministers speaking when the protests were going to ban sunburn in South Goa. He said that it's not only the drug promotion not only happens at the sunburn, but it happens all across Goa. So how pathetic situation we have reached, just imagine. Everybody knows that Goa is a hub of drugs or alcohol or many vices, but nobody is trying to control it. Even who are at the position of law making or policy making, even they are speaking like a common people who cannot do anything. And night outs and party culture. These things also have become a hub of drugs or alcohol promotion. And I don't talk much about living relationship or LGBTQ because Sir Gabriel have already put forward very nicely. And pornography industry. This is one more menace that is eating up our society. And it is a $97 billion industry. Reports say that 28,000 users watch porn videos every second. Not every minute, but every second, 28,000 users watch porn videos. And 35% of all the internet downloads are related to adult content. And the age group is 14 to 24. Whoever downloads such contents, the survey report says the age group is 14 to 24. And NCRB report says, regarding child pornography, one child is abused sexually every 15 minutes in India. So we can imagine how down our moral values have gone. And in many independent studies estimate that 70 to 90% of all child abuse is by the person who are known to the child. And they are promoting it as a adult content on the cyberspace. In July, India Today published that 40% of college and higher secondary school boys in Goa watch rape porn. Not just porn, but rape porn. This is published in India Today, and statistically end up watching 86,000 rape videos per day. And 80% of 40% watch rape porn and 80% watch porn videos. And 76% students said that watching rape porns leads to the desire to actually rape someone. So this is some report conducted, and according to the report, this statement has come. But whatever happening around us, may it be Nirbhaya case, may it be Momita Roy case, there is something that is causing such heinous crime to happen. And in March 2024, we also saw that a 5-year-old girl has been raped and murdered. So this is happening in Goa also, and in such many cases, we are reading on newspapers, it's become a daily news nowadays. And when we ignore morality, freedom becomes lawlessness. Moral values, as our speaker said, it comes from within, but the image is blurred, so we need to educate regarding immoral values also. And in the name of freedom, morality has been pushed down. For example, the most celebrated industry like Bollywood or Tollywood, whatever we see, HEMA committee report has come, and a few years back there was Me Too movement. So we consider them as celebrities or the most liberal people. But from their report came that they are being abused at the workplace and they are being offered job only after, if they are ready to sleep with them, sleep with the director or producer. So the results are very clear. Rape, murder, or sexual abuse, or increasing crimes, everything is happening because of the degrading moral values. And the question is, can we attain freedom without morality? When we keep moral values aside, freedom becomes a chaos. And freedom is not actually whatever we want to do. If we do that, it is not called as freedom. Maybe dictionary gives that a definition, but it is not called as freedom. True freedom can be achieved only when we recognize our duties and responsibilities. And we need to become a responsible citizens. For example, a person who consumes drugs and alcohol, he is not only putting himself at harm, but he is also affecting many other people surrounding him. And similarly, traffic rules. If we do not obey, then we are not just harming ourselves, but we are causing harm to many pedestrians and many people who are on the road. And the rules and regulations are there to give us freedom and not to push us towards slavery. They are not the freedom, morality never hinders us from being prosperous or towards our growth. But it helps us to grow towards a healthy and prosperous human being. And the main cause for such immorality, as I said, we have knowledge about moral values. We teach our kids and we talk about moral values, but we do not talk about immorality that has been spreaded in the society. So we need to talk about immorality that has been spreaded in the society to educate. We need to read, we need to watch videos, we need to gain knowledge about such reports, because we are living in the society. We are living among such immoralities. When when a child goes to fire, we tell him that we just don't tell him that don't go to the fire, but we tell him also that it will burn you. So similarly, we need to educate ourselves regarding immoralities too. And we cannot just sit quiet at home thinking that we are safe, our children are safe, because these immoralities can knock our door also anytime. And we need to be responsible citizens. Let us all strive together to eradicate these vices from the society, so that the present generation and also the generations to come can breathe in a peaceful, prosperous, and in such a society that that has its foundation on moral values. Thank you. Jazakallah.